I'm IBX Toycat, and I'm back in America, as you can see, and I'm currently waiting for a Minecraft update to download, but I figured I'd let you know that I am in the US, and I've got my miniature streaming setup over here. As you can tell, it's in a very barren room. I mean, it's well decorated. I've got a painting of a bird, and I've got a painting of a cow, and I've got an American flag, and I learned that was a fuse box yesterday, and I had to reset some fuses, was very fun. And yeah, I'm in the process of, making this place not a place anymore. But while I'm here doing that, the stream shouldn't stop, right? Which is why we're going to be playing something about tax evasion. But no, we're going to be playing some Minecraft. But oh, no, we're not going to be playing Minecraft. There we go. We're going to be playing some Minecraft in a bit of a different way. So hello, everyone. How are you doing? Something went wrong. Okay. Oh wait, I think I remember this. I think Minecraft just doesn't work when I'm in the US. I remember this happening last time I tried, now that I think about it. Huh. Something went wrong, give it another try. If this happens, try again. I'm not sure. Okay, let's go to the... Oh, okay. Ooh, something happened there. So we'll go to games, and we'll try that again. It'll be great. So yeah, we are going to be working on the Nether, but this is me doing the normal streamer thing, where there's like 10 minutes of nothing to do with the title. No, 10 minutes of not even really streaming, just... my entire games have crashed, I can't look at my library. That is something new, right? So we'll go to My Games and Apps. We'll see if old Minecraft loads up first. Because if so, we'll just play Minecraft Xbox and no one will even notice, right? And it's bugging out because you're early. Yeah, the game was just not expecting me to play it. Okay, let's try it some more. So this is Minecraft here. It was it was 700 megabytes last time The game just got 2 gigabytes bigger? Did that happen to everyone, or was that just me? Anyway, so let's try load it up from here. Should work just fine, I'm sure. Maybe not. I'm hitting the button. 150 gigabytes? Why is Call of Duty so gigantic? I didn't even notice I had a 150 gigabyte Call of Duty game on here. Okay, it is not gonna work. So we'll go back to apps. I have 150 gigs of Call of Duty? That can't be true. Okay, Minecraft's ready to open now. Yeah, Black Ops Cold War. Jesus Christ. I've got a terabyte of storage and this is taking up, like, all of it. I mean, I'm not going to play that, right? So we just uninstall. Look at me. I'm making more space so that Minecraft can work. Maybe that's all we really ever needed, was just to uninstall Call of Duty. Apparently it doesn't uninstall either. Man, this is like a... This console is running questionably. Okay, it's gone. It's gone. So I've got the space now, and now Minecraft will magically open... It said it was ready to start, so it's great. Restart your Xbox if it crashes again. Yeah, that's a good idea. That's a good idea. In the meantime, we can talk about what I've been up to, right? That's a thing we... Ooh. Yeah, it's not crashing this time. IBX Toycat, what's your thought on the political and economic state of the Nether right now? See, the problem with the Nether right now is the economy lacks a real driving force. So I just analyze the economies of Minecraft. That's a good video, right? That's a great video idea. Economics explained via Minecraft. Because the problem with the Nether is their economy doesn't actually have any major drivers. The trade only happens between piglins and the player. If piglins traded with each other, they'd be able to get much better outcomes. Because some piglins have items the other piglins value. And so... by, getting together that wandering trader, maybe. If they switch to emeralds as their currency, they'd be able to now trade with the villagers without having to convert. There is no... the conversion rate of gold to emeralds really sucks right now. But if the piglins just used emeralds as their currency, they switched to a single unified currency, they'd lose access to their central bank control. Obviously, piglins know how to mine gold just fine, but they'd have a much more stable currency. Just in time for dinner, says Rat Lavera. Happy birthday, Rat Lavera. That's what you say when someone has dinner, I'm pretty sure. I've had that stuck in my head forever. Like, you know what? Gotta say something to someone. It's probably happy birthday, right? Okay, so we're gonna sync our data up. It's gonna go just great. Don't even question it. And then after the data's synced up, it'll be wonderful. So, what's your birthday? Just curious. My birthday's months from now, so you don't even have to know. Ooh. Chat, what do you reckon? Recommended 18 or current 20? Oh, okay, it crashed. Oh, okay, it didn't even give me the choice. It genuinely... I didn't press A, it just took the menu away from me. See, I am playing on an Xbox One X for the first time in a while. I had a Series X out here, but I now do not. Okay, it's giving me the menu back. You know what? I'll let you decide, chat. You seem like wise people. USD versus Euro be like, you're off the birthday a little bit. I have 11 days left till I'm 22. Happy almost 22nd. You know, my current settings must be good. I wouldn't have set them if I didn't believe in them. And as you can see, there's a brand new update out. You know, what's in that update? I'd better watch the IBX Toycat video to find out. I can't believe I mentioned, Archaeologies came out, by the way. Harrison is working on a video while I stream. Like, I've made the video on my end, so he's just got to edit it together. This is the buggiest. I've never seen something so buggy. Okay, so now Minecraft will work, right? You know, why do we play Minecraft when we could just load up random marketplace maps, right? I mean, it's the button they want us to press. Maybe we should just do it more often. Like, don't I want to be an SCP? What even is an SCP? I could be one though. That's more important than knowing what one is. Welcome to Realms Plus. My Realm subscription's been upgraded. I'm pretty sure I know that, but now I know it more. And so yeah, I've got all these worlds from apparently quite recently, 11/22. Yeah, I was playing Xbox quite and then before that, it goes quite far back. But I keep all my worlds on Realms for specifically this reason. Syncing worlds across every device is much easier than syncing between Xboxes. So let's hop into the Let Us Play and let's find out. Man has never heard of Secure, Contain, Protect. I've genuinely never heard of it. Yeah, is that a thing? How does bro not know what an SCP is? Fine, I'll Google. What is an SCP? A secret organization document. You know, I don't even. Okay, it's a fun internet thing. Minecraft Xbox One sucks. Series X is much better. It's true. Cat Beanie says let us play. I mean, that's what Let's Play is short for, right? Let's Play is short for Let Us Play. Like, let us play together. And this is my Let Us Play world. Tell me I'm wrong about that, chat. Tell me I'm wrong. Man, I've, Oh, here's my beacon netherite. I guess this was the last thing I did. Oh, God. Okay, Please tell me it's not going to be this awful. Oh, God, maybe it is. Okay, no, it's fine. It's just while it's loading. I'm actually going to mine this up. I think this is... You know, actually, I'll leave it there. It's a good enough place to leave it, right? Chat, where should I leave the beacon netherite? Do I just leave it here? Do I bring it with me to the nether? It's hard to say for sure. Game runs so smooth, my right? Okay, so chat, is the smoothness better for all of you right now? Beverite Nikon. Yeah, okay, so Harrison and a few people in the comments preferred Beverite Nikon, but I think that's dumb because a beacon netherite's already inverted. If you invert it more, a Beverite Nikon would be a netherite beacon. You know? You get me? Do you get me, internet? I hope that you get me. Oh, yeah, this is rough. I just have to kill cows. Is that the answer to all my problems? Yeah, look at that. Okay, so don't look at the cows, and the Xbox One X is fine. Don't call Harrison dumb. Now Harrison's very clever. I'm not calling Harrison is behind a lot of like really cool changes. You might have seen the editing style recently. He's been stepping up his game. It's great. I would never imply Harrison's dumb. It's all the comments that are dumb, obviously. Also, I think that's crazy you can just do that. That every time I do that, I'm like, that doesn't look like it should be possible. But yet it just is. I guess it's something to do with the jump boost. Yeah, anyway, with that said, we're going to go to the Nether now, but we need to bring some Netherrack with us. Apparently I knew I was going there next, because I've already got the stuff with me for it. I've got a gold helmet that I don't think I really need, and I've got a glass diamond chestplate I should probably go put back. So let's get that going. Yeah, this is a bit more casual for a live stream format, chat. How are you finding it? Do you wish I was already mining? The title says building the Nether in my world, but I'm just sitting here chilling around. And I think there's an interesting. We'll put that in there too, honestly. And also, this pickaxe is dead. We could combine it with another one, but we'll just leave it in there for now. I don't think I need this one for a while, but I'll leave it in my inventory just as an in case. And the bow is nice, but also will have to go away. I need to get as many stacks as I can available for... these two are necessary too. Can't get rid of those. I want to keep as many stacks available for Netherrack, obviously. So I think two... Also, okay, you know what, chat? I just want to look around my own world sometimes. Like, I really like this boat ladder. I think this is one of the coolest things. Like, it's so close to being something useful. It's like, it needs a bit more work, but I just love the look of putting birch... Oh, I can now play tax evasion, chat. My next stream, should we just do tax evasion instead of Minecraft? That's clearly the solution. You know what? Okay, look at that. Perfect. Okay, this every time I go on this, it like doesn't work perfectly. And that's a bit of a bummer. But I like the idea enough. I think maybe if I'd gone less of the angle here. This angle here was a bit of a mistake. That could have worked a bit better, but yeah. We're gonna go to sleep and we're gonna go do great. Not even gaming, just tell us how to avoid taxes. So okay, step 1 on how to avoid taxes is you want to tip your waiter every time you're at a restaurant, right? The reason you want to tip your waiter is because... Ooh, loud. Is because waiters have to declare the amount of tips they get on their taxes, and so they're very much incentivized to underdeclare, because then they'll pay less tax. Therefore, you can play a part in tax evasion. You ever have a tradesperson round, and he offers to accept cash in hand for a small discount? You can commit tax evasion by saying yes. You ever buy something from a friend or family member, and they say, yeah, you can give me this amount, and then you don't ask them, well, will you be paying the government their fair 20% share? Do you not believe in the NHS and roads? Sorry, wait, for Americans. Do y'all not believe in killing them people in third world countries? And also, See, you gotta... That's the joke, right? That's all the American government does. You know, I don't think I can say that while I'm here. Obviously, it is just a joke. All glorious Americow. Wait, Americow? Where is he? I guess you can't see Americow. I thought you could. Only, not in this little... Okay, if I move this back over, you can see him even less. If I go all the way over there... Okay, right, there we go. You can see Americow now. Welcome to Americow. Every time Toget says something smart, the music intensifies. I don't know if I've ever said something smart. Don't work legit and you won't have to pay taxes. Yeah, honestly, just do any labor for someone and not, like, have it be... You know, like, there's a lot of jobs where you can get paid unofficially. You ever consider this, right? There are... Okay, you know, this sounds like a controversial take here. But it's just like, you know, here is just the fact of how the modern world economy works, right? Also, should I take some... Yeah, I'll take some of this out anyway, because it's, like, clogging up the chest. You need... As someone who's gone through the process of trying to migrate somewhere, and it's part of people going through the same process. It's really, really hard to, like, legally attain work. But you might notice, your country and indeed many others have a lot of people in those situations. And a lot of those people, you know, goes legally. But it's very easy to just skip all the processes and just do stuff anyway, right? It's like, I don't know, and one such example is, like, you could just not do the... Also, I saw a cow painting like it's not someone's house yesterday. James Parrott, you must live in my neighborhood. The cow painting does have to go to a good home at some point. If anyone lives in Las Vegas and wants to adopt a cow in a couple of months. It goes to show the first 10k or so should be tax-free income. Yeah, there's a... That's a lesser-known fact to most people outside of America. It's called the, what's the word? The standard deduction, right? Is like everyone, regardless of... in the UK, we have a similar version of this, actually. It's called the personal allowance. The first £15,000, so about 20,000... It's not 15, it's like 13. £13,000, about like $18,000 you earn, you don't pay any tax on. But you do pay, like, national insurance on it, and national insurance is a tax, so you do pay tax on it. But if you just ignore that fact, then you don't pay tax on the first $18,000 you earn. Because everyone loves... Are you leaving the UK for good? The opposite of that. Also, I forgot about my blinds doing this. I'm just gonna have to tape them up or something. Ooh, yeah. Do I have any tape? Yeah, actually, wait, it must be really easy. All I have to do is, like, staple some trousers to the... Okay, this is my genius idea, chat. So first of all, first things first, everyone can go look at my lovely beacon. You know what, what's the best angle for everyone to just stare at here? I'll sit here in a nice safe place with my netherite gear. Okay, no, I'll sit here because this is where I'm about to go, and I'm gonna go fix this line down me. Okay, so I've just gotta get something long and thin. Has anyone got something long and thin, chat? I see a pair of underwear. Okay. This is my idea. Let's see if it works. I just have to cover up like that. Okay, did I get it? No, I didn't. Okay, it's coming from way up. Okay, I got this. So I'm not tall enough to do that. Ugh. That should... Aha! Took out the genius. What you gotta do is put underwear in your blinds, and your problems can go away. My brother was on the front page of the evening news because the government tried to charge him poll tax when that was a thing. He was 2. Oh, that was a funny time, huh? That's one of the few things you know, I'm not going to talk about British politics in the 1990s. Was it the 90s? It might be the 80s. It must have been the 90s, actually. It must have been. Used underwear? All underwear is used underwear, right? You know, you might think that it's not, but it is. Unless you buy it new from the store. And even then, there's a person who works at the underwear factory. He has to try on every pair of underwear once to make sure it's not defective. And so all underwear is used underwear. Trust me on that one. I don't have a source, but I have something much more important. Oh, I can't pick up any of that. I was going to try and get some more cooked beef, because I might run out today otherwise. Now I get to make you hungry. I'm making some delicious homemade carbonara, says Dasher. Oh man, carbonara is my weakness when it comes to pasta. It's honestly, all it is too is I like cheese, and it's like pancetta or something. I don't know what pancetta is. I bet it's gross, because there's a reason you don't use it anywhere else. But it's like little pieces of bacon. It's really good. It's really, really, really good. Oh look, there's a drowned. Hope he's having a good day. So over here somewhere is my nether. Tell me when you see it, chat. It is a little hard to spot. It's a tricky to spot building. Also, hello, IBX Ticket, says Marcots. Hello, how are you doing? Slowly growing my channel, says the Relaxed Gamer. I'm happy for you, man. I do think, especially in the Minecraft space, but the gaming space as a whole, is the hardest place to grow now. And the reason for that is because every single person who's ever played a video game has at some point said to themselves, I would love to be a gaming YouTuber. Getting paid to play games sounds pretty cool. I think even YouTube as a whole, everyone wants to be in the YouTube space. That's cool. But the game space in particular, I think, you know, there was a tiny window where it was easy in 2009 to 2010. Your only requirement was post video games. But even then, it wasn't actually easy because no one knew how to record games. Even now, actually, people still ask me. The problem you had to solve was how do you record an Xbox? You can't just use a camera. But even now, people ask me, pancetta is diet bacon. If pancetta is diet bacon, I'm going to eat non-stop pancetta because it's delicious. But even now, people ask me, so how do you record how are you streaming from your Xbox, but your face cam's over here, Toycat? And how do you also have a counter for the number of days that you're on? 69 apparently. Did I do 69 days of something? Oh, I think I was trying to do 100 days thing. I got 1k subs. It's the 4k watch hours that get you. You need the catchy thumbnails and such. See, actually, I would say that thumbnails would lead to subscriptions, and the catchy thumbnails would lead to, you know, I think that you gotta make something long and viewable, which is a really hard combination. Here is to cover the taxes here in the USA. Hey, thank you, unknown known. You know, the taxes thing always catches me out. Okay, like I'll think something is so cheap. Like, oh wow, it's $9 for a beverage. That's really cheap. Once you convert that to pounds, like wow, that's like £6.50 for a drink. Wow, that's really cheap. Or like, you know, food at a restaurant you'll pay like $13 for. That's like £9. Wow, that's so affordable. And then it's like, oh, by the way, that doesn't include tax. And you'll be like, but why not? Why would it not include tax? Sure, do some people not pay the tax? Everyone pays the tax. I mean, not everyone, but most people pay the tax. The majority of people, in fact, it is the system, which is you. Okay, I need to rearrange my stuff. Give me a second here, internet. Thank you for your patience as I work out. So this is my first stream in the US. I've got to like reset everything up, and if that makes any sense to you, then that's a thing. Okay. I'm really proud I fixed that issue, by the way. Isn't food not taxed? I think it depends on the state. I can never work out. I think restaurant food is almost always taxed, though. I think when you go to a store, it depends. Food should not be taxed. I mean, you know, the weird thing is like, if you make the argument food should not be taxed, in the UK it's not taxed. But you wouldn't even know because everything has VAT included. Hi, I love your hair, says Minecraft videos and such. And Minecraft videos super flat. Thank you very much, Minecraft videos super flat. I'm sure I would love your hair if I could see it too. Actually, let's go place down our sugar box collection. Oh, we've already got some left over there, so this is the start of what is going to be a lot of shulker boxes, because we've got these ones. Actually, are these empty? No, they're full. Do 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 do. Thank you very much. Okay, I have to now move this all the way over there. Oh, that was Angela Van Kampenhout gifting a membership to DarthScar98. Thank you very much. We there's no membership counter while I'm here. I could probably set that up too. But you know, I don't want to. But I feel like I might end up needing to anyway. Also, yeah, this is my collection of shulker boxes. So far, when I empty them, I can go back to my tunnel in the Nether to pick up more. So it'll go just great. I think 1.20 has the potential to be the best update since 1.16. So I think that it's really cool for a certain type of player, and you know, like I could be wrong about what that really means, but for me, I'm like, this is going to be a good update, but I don't know if it's going to be as awe-inspiring. Like, you know, there's some good updates which are really good in retrospect. I think in retrospect, 1.9 really cool actually, adding the end islands, etc. Even though it was quite controversial and kind of like you know, it was kind of forgotten about because of that. I think it was a really cool update with a little bit of retrospect, and I think there's all sorts of updates that fall in that category. Like, you know, like adding pistons and beta 1.7 was the most boring update. Beta 1.7, it just added pistons, and I think made fences non-stackable, or made fences stackable when they weren't stackable. And then sheep could be sheared, rather than being punched. And so it was a lot of like weird changes that honestly weren't that great by themselves. But then you add them together for long enough and you're like, ooh, this is actually something, isn't it? And that might be where 1.20 is. It's a lot of weird stuff, but then it makes some long-lasting impact. I think the archaeology could bring the hype in there to help people be like, whoa, actually, this is an incredible thing. But I don't know for sure. I really don't know for sure. Oh, wait, actually, I want to do something. I can... Okay, I'm going to record some background. Okay, this is going to be video you'll see during Q&A Saturday. So that's fun, right? That's a fun little find. Oh, God, what did I just do? Found something interesting, that's what. So, yeah, I am going to be going ahead and recording some of this. I made a video about the archaeology I'm really excited for. Why are people so excited for archaeology? Genuine question. The best explanation I can give is that it was one of the exciting looking features at Minecraft Live in 2020. And so its cancellation is kind of this like emblem of like, one of the features I was most excited for isn't there anymore. I do think there's an interesting question about like, will people really care when it's out? And I think that depends on the reward structure. I think even just the pots alone will be something. You need to have more depth to that, more meat to the bones. But yeah, I think there could be something real in there. I'm excited for the exploration, says Jan. I'm excited about the idea of like making weird pots. You know, that's something, you know, it's something quite small. But I really like the idea that in survival, I'll be able to make some weird, unique items. You know, like if you look at what I'm doing right now, like I'm doing this so that I have the weird area of my world where there's... Look at this. Do you see what I've done? Do you see this? I like this because it's incredibly strange. And so I like the idea of being able to make weird pots. I want to have some weird armor trims. I want to, you know, like, I want to add some uniqueness to what I'm doing. If you look at my armor, right now it's just netherite, diamond. I mean, I've got to make the diamond in netherite, but it's pretty basic stuff. I want to make it more exciting. It's only interesting the ways it's going to add to the Minecraft lore. Yeah, so again, I'm not going to just talk about what I spoke about in my video, but they hinted something huge about that, and what that could mean. I'm very curious. I'm very, very curious. So, archaeology feels like something you do once and never again. That's an interesting balance with basically anything in Minecraft, is like, what is a good, sustainable, long-term, interesting mechanic, and what is a good gimmick? There are lots of gimmicky mechanics that work just fine, and then there's some that don't work just fine. Also, Charles Sonan has Tokat already mentioned that archaeology is coming. No, I don't think I've mentioned it yet. We should go through it again. No, I think making something that lasts long, like this is an interesting struggle throughout all of human history. Is like, how do we make things that outlive us? As human beings, we have lifespans of 80 years. How do you make things that really matter in the long run? Lots of things can be popular in the short run, but then they're not great classics. And lots of things can be really great in the long run, but they're not so great. Here's an interesting fact you might not have known. I think Charles Dickens, like was never a rich author in his time. He never made a lot of money selling his books. He made his money by going to America and doing lectures, because people were being like, whoa, you know, a fewer people were like, wow, this man is smart, I'd like to hear him speak. And then much later down the line, much later down the line, he's become like revered as like a classic author, etc. But he wasn't seen as a, you know, obviously like no one can be seen as a classic in their time. And so the same is like true of Minecraft updates. Some Minecraft updates are going for this wow shock factor. 1.11 in the Woodland Mansion is the classic example of that. Like, whoa, the biggest structure ever. But Woodland Mansions for so many people are just like, oh yeah, they like, you know, they're unexplored by most players. And that's really interesting. Game audio is slightly delayed. It's not awful, but just so you know. I remember this issue happening. I know how to fix it as well. Okay. I know how to fix it. So, how is this? Okay, what did I just do? Did I do a good thing, chat? Okay, let's find out. Okay, so the block placing isn't making much of a noise. That's interesting. Okay, so video capture device properties. It's doing something. Sync offset down next to mono. Yeah, that is an annoyance. I think what I've got to do is I've just got to turn it off and on again. When in doubt, turn it off, turn it on again. So this is... Okay, this is my device audio. Yes, it is. And this is my... I remember literally all I had to do was unplug it, replug it. So, can you see right now? Wait, how can you see? Okay, now it's gone. And then we unplug it. And we replug it back in. And then everything just magically, when in doubt, turn things off and on again. Oh, I broke something. Are you there, chat? I definitely broke something. Oopsie. Okay, can you hear this? Oh, there's no noise at all now. Okay. Yeah, I definitely broke something. And I would like to sincerely apologize. Okay, if I make this look like this, you'll see two me's. I'm sorry about that. How does this look, chat? How do you feel about this? Do you like this camera more? It's more washed out, but some people like a washed out look. And then HDCP is on. So that is that's called high definition copyright protection, and it's to stop me streaming games like Netflix. Sorry, streaming like because if you think about it, right? I'm on my Xbox. I could just open up Netflix. So to stop me doing that, that has showed up. But that doesn't make any sense because I'm not streaming Netflix, as best I know. So we'll go back to USB camera. Hello, here's me again. And then we'll go back to Netflix. Okay, I think I made my problems worse. Okay, I know what to do. We can see Toycat's biggest fan above him. Okay. I have no idea what I did wrong. I think what you've got to do is you've got to restart the console to stop that. Okay, I'm going back to the dashboard because that should reset it too. Is it even called the dashboard anymore? Okay, I'm going to full on restart the console. Oopsie. Everyone blame Dasher for this one. Everyone blame Dasher. When in doubt, blame Dasher. Okay. I'm going to turn all the way off. Okay, and now I turn it back on. And then that should fix the game lag, if nothing else. The game audio lag. Hey chat, I found this fun new beverage at the store. It's called Prime, like a primate. And apparently it's filtered water with coconut water. And it's got 4 grams of protein in it. No, it has no grams of protein. It's just letting you know that there's more calories per gram of protein. Oh, more calories per gram of fat than of protein. What a weird fact that it puts there. So yeah, the Xbox One is reloading up. Honestly, it's a pretty nice screen, right? Sells for like £10 a bottle over here. I think there's a really interesting thing about influencer marketing. Because a lot of people fall into this, right? How do you know? Oh, I have to log in. Okay. Oh, I can see though. That's good. So we'll just turn this off for a second. Gotta enter in my password. Would you like to see it, internet? Okay. Now I'm in. And okay, we got in. We got this. Who's Ecoman? I don't think I want to mention who Ecoman is. Oh, there we go. Okay, so not a fan of Xbox having a circular logo. It looks pretty good though, right? I mean, I don't know. I guess it's a box, so it makes sense that a box shouldn't be circle. Yes, you want to see your password. I love the potato quality profile picture. So the reason why it's so questionable is who is dreaming in color. It's I think that's a default Xbox gamer tag. So if you want to see my profile picture here, so this is it here. Can I press that, or is it going to show off dangerous facts? Okay, so the reason if you look right here, the reason that my profile picture looks like that is because it's an old Xbox 360 profile picture. Even though we're two generations removed from Xbox 360, They can't. They try to make you update it every time you switch consoles, but I've just been keeping it, and so it's not circle like it's meant to be. It's 64 by 64 pixels or 32 by 32. It's terrible, but yeah, that's the story. You can have circular boxes. You can have circular boxes. Yeah, that's true, actually. You can have hexagonal boxes. You know what? Duncan Wall makes a very good point. Boxes can be any shape that you want them to be. I still have mine from the 360. Yeah, right. I love the. I love when technology tries real hard to get you to do something, and it makes it a game to not do so. Also, no, I already know about this update. You know, I know. Thank you, Microsoft. Appreciate you letting me know. Is a football not just a circular box? I think a football is not a circular box. If I had to guess, that is not the truth. As a Walmart stocker, non-rectangular packaging is a pain. Yeah, the reason square boxes are so common is because they stack the best. They can tile perfectly, so there's no wasted space between the boxes. Oh. Okay, I got another problem, chat. Well, you see, my world is a realm. And so, if I can't connect to it, can I go on a server? Yeah, let's go on a server, just to make the internet work. I'm actually in love with your square image sitting perfectly in the middle of a circle. I think that's a fun thing. Oh god, what have I done? Okay, we got this. But Minecraft will be back eventually. What's your favorite type of box, though? I really like hexagonal boxes. I think they're beautiful. You know, okay, we're on the Hive. So my internet does work. That's good. That's positive progress. Yeah, I think we're all looking for... Okay, there is like a social niche in any society that goes past like 10 people. Oh my god, what do I... Create new world, come back? Do I have to close and start Minecraft again? I guess I have to. Okay, we got this. There we go, Mojang Studios. Bedrock moment, bedrock moment. It really is a bedrock moment, if you will. Blame Mr. Bill Gates. You know, I do blame Mr. Bill Gates for most things in the world. Like, do you ever feel bad and, like, you might get a disease? Probably his fault. I bet he made that disease. You ever, like, You ever, like, get really close to sneezing? Like, and then you just can't get over the line, and you're like, please, give me a sneeze, body. You desperately want this sneeze. Your body's been getting most of the... That's Bill Gates' fault. Also, thank you very much for the tip. Diluted Dante. When will the Toy Cat Iron Brew bathwater be available, and what shape will the packaging be? So, Diluted Dante, when I moved house, I forgot who it was. Someone made a very strong recommendation to me that I throw out the Toy Cat bathwater, and it's one of the biggest mistakes that I've made in my life. Also, I think I missed Unknown. This is to cover the taxes in the USA. Thank you very much, by the way. There are a lot of those taxes, aren't there? Some would say too many of those taxes. Some would say too few. Some would say just the right amount, like a bear. Anyway, so one of the is the partitions of Poland Bill Gates' fault? I'm from Poland. I need to know. I'm just saying it's awfully suspicious that Bill Gates hasn't issued a statement about his role in the partition of Poland. Like, if he was innocent, don't you think he would have said so by now? That's I'm just, you know, I'm not saying for sure. 200 days of ultra hardcore. Says CC2510. Should I do another 100-day stream? Was I responsible for this, or was it Bill Gates? Yes, and there we go. We're back in. I genuinely would love to do more days of ultra hardcore live. I think it would have to be in segments of 50, because if you think about 50 days, that's still 9 hours of streaming. Like, that's going to take a physical toll on me. Whereas if I do too many 100-day streams, I think I might die? No, I think I just take a take a hit to my mental health and have to take a year off. That's the thing about like look at please don't. I want your sanity to remain intact. I think I really would enjoy doing like 50-day streams of some form. Yeah, it's an idea I don't want to sit on for too long. I definitely got to do. Maybe after 1.20's out. Just, I don't know, might be a fun thing, right? If you do another 100-day stream, people will be able to watch it live in every time zone. That was the surreal thing about my 100-day stream, is people would pop into the stream, go to work, and then, like, come back into the stream. Or people would come into the stream, be there for hours, go to sleep, and then wake up and still be like, oh, it looks like you've still got another 40 days to go. Like, it was so long. Yeah, I could feel the next day too. Like, it was Christmas Day. I like punishing myself on Christmas, apparently. I could feel the next day just every fiber of my being exhausted. Wasn't my best thing. 100-day streams have to be saved for special occasions. Exactly, I was there the whole time. See, Angler Van Kampenhout. Also, your game audio... Okay. I was there the whole time. That, you see, right, you were one of the very few, like, probably measured in the single-digit number of people who can say they watched the whole thing while it was live. I was there for almost all of it. It was really an experience. It was a wild ride. It was so late in the morning when I was done, too. It was very late. It was very, very late. My housemate was very confused. I don't tell her what I do. I just say that I work on American hours. And so she's like, your company made you work for 16 hours on Christmas Eve? Because, like, I think she can, like, tell when I'm, like, talking or something. And I'm like, yep, you know how it is. My boss, I would be fired for so many labor regulation violations if I wasn't my own boss. So you should all be thankful that I am. You should all be very thankful. I was tired, but not missing anything. We're all terrible bosses. You know what you are, Tyler Kavaskas. It's definitely not me that's the bad boss. It's all of you that's the bad boss. You know, I'm just saying, you really, you know, we call them tips. We call them toy cat taxes. But really, it's all of you trying to avoid a major lawsuit of some form. So, sorry for being such a ruthless boss, but you will be working next Christmas. I've been trying to, like, set up, like, a sustainable life arrangement. And I think every January I'm gonna go somewhere. I don't know, like, just the whole month. I think that's... And so because I want to make sure every December I am, like, doing hard work and stuff. But I also make sure, like, the January comes with fun stuff. What's worse than playing Minecraft for 9 hours? Watching someone else play Minecraft for 9 hours? The thing is, I genuinely enjoyed, like... I don't know, it was 18 hours or so. I enjoyed 14 or so hours of it. Like, I think if I did 8-hour streams for a week, I'd get 250 days of Minecraft done, and it'd be great. Oh, I guess I did the Minecraft 9 to 5, huh? That was fun. How did that video do, chat? Does anyone know? Anyway, so let's work out what we're gonna do now. So this is my... I'm gonna try and, like, specifically target something now, I think. Yeah, I think I'll build around... I think this little area here is what I'll fill in. So, I'll start on the wall and then work my way over. Sounds good. Please do the full week of 9 to 5, though. There's variety packs. 34,000 views, says Duncan Wall. Oh, no. Also, thank you, Darren Hughes, for gifting 5 memberships, which have now gone to, as you can see, frozen. You can now be thankful to Darren Hughes for your new membership enjoyment. Oh, now there's no audio whatsoever. I wonder why not. Okay, I'm gonna find out. Okay, this is the right audio, but it's not working. Okay, I'll switch it to some other microphone, and then switch it back to live gamer audio. Okay, so now... Okay, is it working? Oh, I think it's delayed, yeah. God damn, I forgot how I fixed this issue. Did I just plug and unplug HDMI cables? What do you reckon, chat? If your live streams miss some due to time zone. Oh, you like the live streams. Good to see you, Shane Middleton. Also, it's good to see you, Darren Hughes. I was really nearby. That sounds off. What is happening with it? Yeah. Yeah, there's a weird delay there, right? I wonder where that comes from. Or why? WTF, is that audio? Okay, so we'll turn off this. And we'll undo mute. Okay, that's fine. And then we'll take this. We'll see if I added some delay to it or something. Nope, there's no delay here. It just is weird. Test audio. I don't know what it is, chat. But it's putting out some weird noises, right? I see the smiley face bug on YouTube desktop is still here. Is that a bug? I thought that was like just a weird feature to encourage you to. You know, I'm glad to know that it's not a bug. Okay, so I'm gonna go grab my phone. I left it. I need to make sure everything's going well with the video about archaeology, by the way. How are you doing, internet? Seems to be fixed. Is it really? Okay, we're all good. Video's going fine. Does Pigstep sound a bit off, like it's playing out for Tin Can? Okay, now that's even more confusing. Cheers, all. Yeah, Mr. Hughes. I was in Miami a couple of days ago. I don't know. I feel like all I know is South Florida. But yeah, if you are from even in the nearby area, I haven't been to Florida since I was a child. Like, it was the first foreign country I went to. Yeah, Florida, my favorite foreign country. But I went to Florida when I was like 5. And so I only knew about it as like the holiday place. But it's one of the weirdest places on Earth for so many reasons. And I find that to be very, very interesting that people live there. Like, it must warp your perception of what it means to be anywhere. If your norm is Florida, right? Like, it's I don't know how you could ever get past that. So I'm in Orlando. You know, okay, my bad. Orlando is not Miami. Today I learned. I wonder what Orlando's like. I bet it's the, you know, Florida's an interesting place, is what I'm saying. Florida is state, you silly. Yeah, an estate is what we refer to countries as. You know, like the Russian state. You don't say the Russian country. That'd be silly. You don't say, Florida's weird. Why is Florida weird? Educate me, please. Okay, so first things first. It's weird that there's just a tropical part of America. You know, like, I feel like most people, when they picture the US, they picture, like, relatively cold. If you are picturing warm, you're picturing, like, Los Angeles, and, like, it's a very different type of, like, warm. Whereas this is, like, tropical.
Howdy, Toy Cat. The audio delay on Xbox One is nothing compared to the Switch. I would totally watch if you did a Minecraft on Switch stream. Here is your allowance.
So, okay, wait. First of all, I think I've done a Minecraft on Switch stream, but it's been so long and I've deliberately not gone back. But, second of all, do you think it's literally an issue of the Xbox? Because it does all sound very odd to me, but I always assume it's a recording issue. I always assume it's one. But I might be wrong. I don't know if it's just me, but the Minecraft sound effects sounded off. Or, like, worse. It was like if JPEG was an audio format. That is so interesting. That is so interesting. Thank you for letting me know, I guess. Thank you for letting me know. But Florida is where my dad was raised in. Well, that explains everything wrong with that. No, it's, so there's a tropical... It has an echoing sound. Okay, that probably is it coming through my microphone. If I move my microphone a bit this way, now you can see it, but it should be less audio echoey. When I picture of the US, I think of drugs, guns, and crime. You know, that's close enough to accurate. But, yeah, I feel like most people, climate-wise, picture it that way. But it's full-on tropical, and so that means, like, obviously you find alligators as the famous thing. But it also means you find a lot of other bizarre stuff. Like, you know, there's just chickens roaming the street. You know how most cities have pigeons? Miami has chickens. And I tried to work it out. I genuinely did. But no one could give me any answers. They just said, yeah, there's just chickens in Miami. And it's like, but why is there chickens? You can't just say there are chickens here because there are chickens here. That's not any logic that makes any sense. But it is what people in Miami say when you ask them about the chickens roaming the world. But also, yeah, it also means like it's super weird and humid, and it's a very bizarre place on that level. But it's also like the most lawless, crazy place. You know, I feel like a lot of the US has a reputation for like laws being a suggestion rather than a, you know, like laws. But in Florida, it's crazy. There's so like first of all, my Uber driver was watching TikToks while he drove, and I thought like, well, that's not safe. But as you walk around the place, you realize that's what everyone's doing. Everyone is on their phone and drive, and you know, like I understand that like people do that to some extent everywhere. I've never seen it be to the same extent as I've saw that, so that's interesting, right? It seems as though it's like, yeah, you do what you want, and then you try not to murder people, and if you murder people, just don't eat their faces off, and it's probably okay. Seems to be the Florida rules. Laws of suggestion is a Russian thing. Thank you very much. Now, laws of suggestion, but like the wrong way around in Russia, right? Is like, you know, like, are you safe from persecution? Have you followed the laws? Is in usual countries. In Russia, it's like, well, laws are a suggestion, but we will use them. You know, like that doesn't mean you're safe. I guess is the interesting way to put that. Florida man memes. So yeah, Florida is a very bizarre place. There was a guy driving the wrong way down the freeway, according to a sign. Like, how do you do that? How do you make that mistake? It was a very, very, very interesting place. And I thought, I'm not really, like, putting it into words correctly. But yeah, I thought it was interesting. I thought it was a weird little corner of the United States. And I like weird little corners of the United States, apparently. I live in one. I live in one right now. I am currently inside of, this is my place. Look at my Americal. Florida man memes are so hilarious. Florida man memes are in fact hilarious. I agree with that. But, yeah, when I think of the US, I think of no gun rules, which is stupid. Overpatriotism are being full of themselves. So I think, one of the things I like to do is I like to make fun of the US. I feel like it's a British pastime, and so I don't want to, like, lose out on that. But I think it always is important to note that, like, the meme on the internet is America has no gun rules. But there are gun rules, right? It just varies by state. And some states have very close to no gun rules. But most states have pretty strict ones. There is a fact that in certain states it is, like, you know, it depends on where you live. But there are in fact gun rules. Like, in some states you have to, like, wait a certain amount of time. Whereas in other states you can go to Walmart and buy a gun. Which I think is the funniest thing. I really can't get over that. I've been to Walmarts before, and yeah, there's just a gun section. Like, imagine walking into a Sainsbury's and, like, getting an assault rifle with your meal deal. You can't even carry in Florida without a permit. There's an interesting example, right? Like, you can't. I know, like, where you can and can't bring guns varies. How you get the guns varies. They do sell hunting rifles at Walmart. You know, they don't tell you who you're meant to hunt at Walmart with those rifles. That's all I'm saying. But yeah, no, I think this is the funny thing about America is, like, it's so decentralized that, like, basically anything can be true for some part of the country. Like, I don't know, like, when I picture America, I picture people pooping on the street, which happens disproportionately everywhere. Like, I think America has, like, the worst homeless problem nationwide. It varies from place to place, but, like, if you're in a super cold city, there probably are much fewer of them. Over here, there's not really homeless people. There's just like people walking around on drugs all the time. I guess they might not have homes, but like that's not their defining characteristic. You know, I mean, I guess is anyone's houselessness their defining characteristic? Probably not. But you get what I'm saying, right? There's a can confirm we poop on the street. But in reality, it's just like, yeah, it's some parts of New York and San Francisco, you see a lot of street pooping. And in other cities, it happens. Actually, yeah, when I was in Miami, I think I stepped in some street poop. It was the worst experience of my life. You know, you ever step in dog poop and it's like day ruining? Yeah. Imagine something worse than that. Can you? I can't. There was a water fountain nearby that I had to clean up in, but I still don't feel clean. You know, it takes. Isn't that interesting the way we treat different poop types differently? In the same way, like a little bit of pee on like I don't know something is like bad, but cat pee is like life ruining. Inequality problem. Yeah, I think if you're trying to actually label why it's so different, it's because the US society is economically slightly more conservative. This is a funny difference. It's like America is more socially conservative and socially liberal, whereas Europe is a lot more like socially conservative and economically liberal. And so it doesn't have to be a downside. Like it sounds like a downside. People say inequality is a bad thing by itself, but it's like, hypothetically, right? Like if we both make $100,000, we're perfectly equal. If I make, $1 million and you make $250,000, we're now way more unequal, but we're both doing better, right? So like I don't know, I'm always a believer in like shouldn't absolute values matter more than relative values for a lot of things? Unless the only thing that matters in money to you is like how much you have relative to other people. I think what matters way more is like what is your standard of living. That's I don't know, like I think that's like going a bit too deep into economics talk. Should we break down the economics of the Nether instead? I think that'd be much more fun. But there's a lot of like the United States as a whole is really a lot of collections of individual places. But the one thing that seems to be true across the entire place is that thing about being more economically conservative and more socially liberal than Europe. Like, I don't know, like basically every positive social movement every social movement, every social movement comes out of the US. Like, you don't have we don't have movements for various lives and their relative mattering or not. Also, people in Florida don't poop, actually. Is everyone in Florida a woman? Is that what you're implying? Yeah, I found Florida to be weird. No, all of the wildlife was different. It was very, very odd. I've got a video of a bird pooping, but I haven't seen the bird before. So that's fun. It's called an anhinga. Isn't that fun? Do you know what those are? I don't know what those are. But I've got a video of one pooping if you want to see it, internet. Toy Cat. Let's talk piglins and Nether economics. You know what? You're right. Actually, Trev, let's hard pivot from real world economics. Because again, real world economics can hurt feelings. But you know what can't hurt feelings? Is when we talk about Nether economics. So here's the thing about Nether economics. You're never gonna understand them. That's the joke. That's the whole. No, for real, right? Okay, let's talk economics, right? All of the piglins are relatively equal. They have roughly the same amount of stuff. Some piglins have armor, some piglins have, gravel, some piglins have ender pearls. But they're all in the same. They're in the what's called like a pre-industrial society. They haven't industrialized. They kind of just trade as and when they need. Oh, speaking of trading, actually, look at this guy right here. But if instead of just trading as and when they needed, piglins worked on making some form of industry. So, they all have gold so much. Maybe they should work on collecting enough gold to make some interesting stuff, right? Your feelings can't be hurt if you don't have any, says Pookie Helms. See, that's a pro tip right there. Are you worried about your feelings being hurt? Don't have feelings. and then they can't be hurt. That should be inspirational life advice. Print that on the side of a. Also, I've got a lot of gravel around here. I'm gonna take the gravel out and put it all in a chest. I think this orange one has blackstone in it. Maybe it's the red one. Maybe it's this one. There's a lot of blackstone hiding around here somewhere. Let's go grab it. Okay, there we go. More gravel and more blackstone. And then let's pick this out too. And then put it all in here. This definitely isn't enough to justify an entire chest, don't get me wrong. Or an entire shulker box. But it at least slightly fixes the problem. Let's grab some Netherrack. And let's go on a journey, I guess. Talk to text is doing me dirty today, says Jason Bruel. You have talk to text? Oh, you mean that thing where you speak into your phone? Nothing irritates me more than people doing that in public. And I don't even know why. Like, I think it's actually a cool idea. But hearing people, like... Okay, this is the funny thing about any future technology, any technology that can be described as the future, is like, if you irritate other people while you're doing it, then that, you know, like, that's a bad thing, I think. And so, you know, as a great example, talk to text is a feature that annoys people. I know, like, some people get annoyed by just, like, people wearing AirPods, right? Or, you know, as they're known in the real world, wireless headphones. But, you know, in general, people just go like, oh, they're not listening. You know, it's like a negative affirmation. Whereas, like, to be talking to your phone is to actively be annoying other people with something that could be done silently. Oh, something, okay, can I talk about the degeneration of society? This is the thing to me that indicates we're in the end days, chat. Okay, so, have you ever been on, every flight I've been on, and I've been on, like, too many in the last week, like 4 actually, every one of the flights I've been on has mentioned, please, if you are going to listen to, you know, music on your phone, or you're going to watch a video, please do so with headphones turned in. Why do they need to announce on a plane, you know, a piece of public transportation, you know, where you're surrounded by 180 strangers in a space the size of a you know, a small cafe? It's like, wearing headphones in the street is dangerous, says CC 2510. Depends on where you are, really. But yeah, in general, this is a good rule if you don't know a place, not to wear headphones there. Unless you mean, like, crossing the street, in which case, you know, you're dumb. Cars have got ears. Cars have got ears, trust me on that. Factually accurate. But, I cannot believe there are people, and the thing is, I thought, like, oh, that's like a funny thing, like, no one actually does that. But then it happens. Then it happens sometimes. I rode a bus one time, and the person beside me was watching a video on his phone without his headphones, earphones in. These people, I think they genuinely have a piece of their brain missing, the part that feels shame or guilt. Like, even if I wanted to, right? Even if I had no headphones, and I really was desperate to watch a video, I would turn it down to the minimum and put it to my ear like that, and I would feel so much guilt and awful pain. Like, yeah, I would feel actual pain. I would feel a version of physical pain of like, man, I hope no one hears this. I hope no one has to hear this, right? Man, if they did, that would be bad. So many people blast music and wireless speakers on the bus. It's social terrorism. I think, okay, you know, I think when it comes to, let's just say public transport as a whole, buses especially, it's like, no, this is a service being done for you. You will act nice to all the other people on this place. Or, you know, like, I don't know, like, a lot of people are like, oh, like, I saw it, okay, first of all, thank you very much to Unknown Known. Let's do a What Grinds My Gears sessions. Let's just do a what grind, okay, you know what, chat? I'm here in the US, and so I'm gonna do a whole What Grinds My Gears about public transportation, because it's not used very often here, but when it is used, I see why people don't use public transportation here. So let me do What Grinds My Gears about public transportation, mostly in the US, but let's be honest, this is everywhere in the world. It's just I've noticed it more here. There are so many people who are social terrorists here, who genuinely are like, no one has told me not to do a thing, and therefore I won't not do the thing. And it's like, you are, you know, like, So public transportation is something we all fund, because mobility for all is something that is worthwhile. I mean, by all of us, I mean, like, I don't pay property tax. I pay rent, though, and I think the people who I pay rent to pay property tax. So I don't know how taxes work in that way. But, you know, like, it's a social net good. And so there is this thing that you can get. It's like going to a library. The books aren't free. The books are being, you know, paid for the public good of being educated. If you go to a library and you mess up books, the book, you haven't wasted no value. You wasted everyone's money to make it work. So public transportation, right? It's this great space where anyone can get where they need to go, regardless of whether they have a driving license, regardless of whether they, you know, like it makes something that is a must into something everyone has. It's really, really great. However, I do not miss getting shouted at by angry parents and disabled people because my disabled son was using the disabled space. Oh, that's the social hierarchy of who gets to use the disabled space on the bus, or the disabled and mother space. I think they've renamed it on most buses. Oh yeah, that's a fun one. I love that. I love that debate. I think that's fascinating. But that's an example, right? Is like people did that to you, and now you stopped using the bus, and that's in theory a good thing. Except, unlike most social goods, like for instance, if there's let's say benefits or social security or social support, whatever. If there is a form of that, you're getting paid to do something. It's like that is just money is being given to you so you can spend it. Like, if you stop using that, if we can encourage people to not use that, probably better. But net social goods like public transport, regardless of how many people are using it, it still has to run. So the more people who can use it, the better. If you make normal, decent people not want to use it, it stops working. And social terrorists, as they are now known, social terrorists who walk onto a bus being antisocial as all heck, playing music is the worst one. Being like, I want to listen to this music, and I don't think I understand headphones. What is that, like a speaker in your ear? That probably damages your ears. So they bring a speaker with them, the worst. People who get on a bus and like start, you know, like talking to you in like semi-threatening ways, you know, like making other people's experience worse directly, you are the worst. People who get on the bus and start, you know, making smells. Honestly, it's like, when you're in a public space, it's important that you all respect each other's public, you know, sensory experience. And that means, you know, like, don't poop on the bus. I've seen multiple buses with throw up on them. I've seen someone throw up on a bus, actually. It's one of the worst things I've ever seen. And it's like, don't do that. I mean, I guess you can at least forgive throwing up. You know, can you forgive someone playing music? They could stop at any time. How come everyone who blares music always listens to awful rap music? Their music, like, bro, if you're gonna be rude, at least have good taste in music. I have noticed that, I think hip-hop's the general genre of that. But, like, there is, like, a particular genre of music that people who want to blare it in public will listen to. Like, at least you could make the argument. Okay, so again, I don't really have music taste. But if you listen to pop music, I think it's called, which is just popular music, you're now listening to music that is popular with the most number of people. In the same way that, like, you know, there's a lot of examples of this. So it's kind of ridiculous. But it's like, at least you would be trying to you could maybe argue in your head. You'd be wrong, but you could argue in your head you're doing a public service. Like, yeah, this is music that people would like to listen to because it's popular music. You could at least mentally finagle. But people who are listening to their own music that's in a niche genre, like if I start listening to Pigstep on the train, or Pigstep on the bus, I don't assume people like it and they're like, oh, it's Pigstep. I assume people are going like, do. Why is this happening? When will this man stop? The same with people, okay, this is the other crazy one. People having, you know, phone conversations on speaker. And so you have to hear the other person like, oh my god, stop doing that. And they're like, no, what you don't understand, Johnny, is you gotta... And like, I can understand, again, if you don't have headphones on you and you need to have a phone call, pick it up. The most polite thing to do is pick it up and say, I can't call you right now, call me back later. I can understand there are some things so urgent that's not good enough for, so you have to be like, oh, sorry, I'm on a bus right now. Keep your voice low as it can be. I'm on a bus right now. Can you tell me what's the most urgent thing, and I'll call you back later. And they can be like, well, your child is pregnant, and you gotta, you know, he's about to buy a gun because he can do that here, and it's, you know, we just want to have a conversation with him. It's like, when I get home, we'll have a conversation about that. What a great idea. But, you know, people who are like, oh, don't worry, I've got time to talk. And so they flip their phone onto speakerphone. And then, you know, like, having loud conversations in public spaces is like, you know, it's debatable whether that's, you know, like, whether that's good, bad, whatever. But having a conversation with someone who isn't there, who could be muted by just pressing a button, why could you not? Another one that bothers me is people doing incredibly antisocial behavior. So there's like this is a hard one to really nail down what you mean for sure, right? Like, but I saw an example I saw a fun example from New York of like people smoking crack on the subway. I didn't, you know, and those people were just like, oh my god, why does it bother you if people are doing that? And it's like, how does, you know, maybe I am weird for not wanting to see, you know, I don't even, again, like, there's this worry about, like, what are they going to do afterwards? Like, in general, people prefer that everyone around them be of like, sound mind, right? The reason it's scary when someone is in an altered state of mind is because you won't be able to understand that. Anyway, so, like, there's so many antisocial things you can do. There's so many ways you can be a social terrorist. And I think that, like, if there's a place you're going to enforce that, you know, like, the reason we have laws, you know, you could argue the reason we have police, but let's just say the reason we have laws is because we have to live together, so we have to agree on a common set of rules for how we're going to live together. Like, we have to come to a conclusion about, like, yeah, how are we going to, you know, like, you know, what should happen if someone steals from someone else? Because as someone, if someone steals from you, your only recourse once they leave, you know, without doing some harm to them, is to go, and don't come back here, buddy. But that's not very good recourse, right? And so, extreme public displays of affection is pretty terrible too. What do you mean by extreme public displays of affection? You gotta let me know. What has happened to you on a piece of public transport? I've seen some pretty crazy stuff. I've seen some very crazy stuff. Oh, that's a nice square. I'd like to know what you've seen. Have you ever thought to yourself, is that person crazy or using a Bluetooth? Oh, Pookie Helms, thank you for saying this. I've always wondered. I've had this wonder, and I don't know if it's, like, polite to say, but I have wondered that so many times. Is that person an insane human being, or do they just have, you know, are they rambling at no one, or is it a Bluetooth headset? And, like, 80% of the time or so, it is a Bluetooth headset, but the other 20%, you're like, oh, oh, no, there's nothing. He's just, you know, that's the problem with Bluetooth headsets. Honestly, that's the problem with, you know, with wireless earbuds becoming so popular. Is now that's a thing. Also, ugly Bedrock Sunset. We all know the Bedrock Sunset is better, Adorable Ho. You don't need to let us all know you've got bad opinions so publicly. Bedrock Sunset, best sunset. Soy Cat, do you live stream a lot? I'm a fairly new subscriber. Hello, Timmy the Gimme. That's a fun name. Timmy the Gimme. Fun name. To answer your question, I generally live stream a couple of times a week. Sometimes a little bit more, sometimes a little bit less. For the next few weeks, I'll be in the United States of Las Vegas, as it is known. And so I'm going to be streaming about once a week, so I can keep the videos on track instead. The way I usually put it is that streaming is my hobby, and video making is my, like, profession. You know, like, I really like making these streams. I definitely need to up the game in a few ways. But, yeah. Also, oh no, has Duncan Wool brainwashed you? No, I think the Bedrock Sunset's great. Like, it gets bigger. Every time I watch Java, I'm like, ooh, what's gone wrong here? I saw once a person carrying dead rats in one of those see-through bags at the food place. It makes me wonder what was being done. Let's be honest, if the dead rats tasted like chicken nuggets, why would it matter that they're dead rats? That's my hot take. Like, everyone has this big, like, ignorance about where your food comes from. I would keep extending it. Like, if it came out that McDonald's is like, yeah, we actually are grinding up hedgehogs to make our Big Macs, I'd be like, wow, I should probably start eating more hedgehogs. You know? You know, as much as I love Sonic, he can't stop me eating his species. no matter how hard he might try. Someone carrying a rat. Was it Toy Cat, says Diluted Dente? Listen, if rats got better protein, then let there be rats, says Dickus Noodle. Yeah, exactly, right. If rats are healthier and tastier, why are we not eating them already? Like when the crispy pancakes came out about the horse meat, I'd eat it. Oh yeah, I really wanted to get, I wanted to get one of those lasagnas that had horse meat in. Because horse meat is way more expensive than cow meat. Like, if you think about it, every meat that we produce on an industrial scale is cheap because we produce it on, get this, an industrial scale. It's really, really, really expensive. There's this, like, famous case of someone who, like, they made a chicken sandwich from scratch with their own ingredients. So you have to wait, you have to spend, like, weeks waiting for a chicken to grow, or months waiting for a chicken to grow. You have to grow your own flour, you have to mill it yourself, because there's a whole process of... Like, there's so many parts of making a chicken sandwich before you even think about, like, toppings and condiments and stuff. But because you can just buy a, because you can just buy one, it's much, much easier. So, yeah, I totally agree. I would eat horse. The crispy pancake things are amazing, by the way. If you're watching this and you've never had a crispy pancake, and you see one in a store, they're a defining feature of my childhood, and so they're good. They're not actually good, you know? Like, no one actually likes chicken nuggets. We've just all had them since we were children, and they're bite-sized food. Like, I don't know, I think pizza is a revolutionary idea. Like, three of the best things humans know how to make. You know, bread. Oh, bread is amazing. Cheese. Oh, cheese is amazing. You know, you just combine things that are good and you make more good things. I would eat a horse, says Toy Cat. You ever heard the phrase, I'm so hungry I could eat a horse? That's how hungry I am all the time. Like, not that I'm so hungry I need to eat so much. I'm just hungry and also could eat a horse. Again, it's not that I need to eat the horse. It's just I have the choice. If I had the choice, I would totally do it. You know what I'm saying? You do know what I'm saying, I hope. Chicken thighs is where it's at. I do like chicken thighs, actually. It's, you know, it's, there is a big controversy about which part of the chicken is better. I think that the thigh meat isn't as good for you, maybe. I think that's how it works. Also, Wild, thank you very much. Take more of my money.
Zero, hope you're having a great day. IBX Tawny Cat and everyone else watching.
Thank you very much, Mr. Wildmaster84. I'm trying my best to have a good day. I'm trying my best to, so I've got 2 weeks here, and I'm going to try my best to make them good 2 weeks. And I hope that you... Oh, sorry, is it food delivery time already? Oh, I want food delivered now. Oh, yeah. Do you want to know what I ate yesterday? Do you want to know? No, I've got a big... Okay, so here's actually... Okay, if you want to know about my addiction to food, I enjoy food so much that I have a list of things. So I'm here in Vegas for 2 weeks. I think it's exactly 2 weeks. Again, like, look at this place. It won't take 2 weeks. But so I'm here to... I'm here for 2 weeks, and my plan is, like... That means 2 weeks is 42 meals. You know, free meals. I'm gonna make sure I eat 42 things that I enjoy. Mostly that I will find here only. So some of those things will have to be healthy, etc. You know, like you can't just eat. But I want to make sure, like, okay, there is a list of foods that I have to make sure I get to. So there's a pizza place that I've wanted to eat for a while, but they just opened their first restaurant. Like, they used to be a pop-up stand, now they're like a real restaurant. And they use sourdough. Like, I love sourdough pizza. They have a sourdough starter that's 150 years old. That sounds like a health problem to me, but apparently it's good when sourdough is, like, so moldy and bad that it becomes good again. I don't understand. I don't question. Again, if it tastes good, I don't need to question if it's, like, good for you, bad. I don't need to question, like, ooh, is this, like, eating rats? You know, again, I'd eat the rats. If their pizza was so great, that'd be wonderful. Also, Hell's Kitchen is open now, I think. Yeah, I actually want to go to, so me and my older assistant, we went out to, we went to Gordon Ramsay's Fish and Chips, and I spent, like, $30 on a beef Wellington, and I was like, oh, yeah. And so now, I went to, like, Gordon Ramsay in the UK that had the problem of like, I went to a Gordon Ramsay's in the UK that had the problem being of like, yeah, it is perfectly okay food at slightly higher than you'd expect prices. And that's not what I'm going for. Like if you think about it, Gordon Ramsay isn't known for making great food. Gordon Ramsay's known for being a celebrity chef. In the same way, right, like I am not known for being, I'm not known for being really, really good at Minecraft. Like my speedrun is now like, it's only top 50 in the world, and that's like off people who speedrun. So like, you know, I'm not the best Minecraft player. So if you were going, you know, like I don't know, like don't go to my Minecraft restaurant, I guess I'm saying. Hostak Grill is in Vegas. Yeah, you've got to be over 275 pounds, or maybe 350 pounds to be free. So I've got to gain a lot of weight. I'm like 200 pounds short, I think. Oh, assistant, not sister. Since when does Toycat have a sister? I'm allowed to have a sister. You don't know about me and my sister. New snapshot is coming soon, says Guardian. I think it's going to be next Wednesday's snapshot. I'd be surprised if it was coming before then. I would be surprised. It's 350 pounds that you're there for free. Don't ask how I know that. You know, 350 pounds is not an impossible amount. What do you think about the Nether reactor, says Sammy Span? I think the Nether reactor is real cool. I'd like to make one. I should make one in the middle of all of this. Really, if you think about it, right? But yeah, I'm now gonna finish this little section over here. I should go grab some more Netherrack first. I want to make the walls bigger, actually. I think if all of the walls get to that same height, we'd be in a good place. Or maybe that should be like what do you reckon, chat? I think this is gonna be one of those cool projects I can spend a couple hours off here, there, everywhere. Do you have any more Seed Saturdays coming soon? Seed Saturday is my favorite weekly series where I show you seeds for Minecraft that are particularly interesting and worth Saturdaying in some way. That's what we'll call it. What are you hungry for the most today, says Dasher. Okay, so right now, what I'm craving more than anything in the world. It's funny, I feel like you put the spaghetti carbonara thing in my brain, and I'm like, yeah, that'd be good. I think so. A thing I really want is I really want some good mashed potatoes. Like, you know, because again, there's like two mashed potatoes can be like a really average, just it's potato but mashed up. That's not what you want. You want potato that's mashed up, and you want it to be covered in some nice, you know, like some nice salt, some nice pepper, you know, some nice seasoning in there, like a real fun thing. I think truffle mashed potatoes are a fun way to mix that up too. But what I really, really like, the American way of doing it, as far as I'm concerned, is when it's like saturated in butter. You take your mashed potato, and then you whip it up with some butter, and you make something that is it even mashed potatoes anymore? I don't know if I can say the answer is yes, but it's delicious. I actually had lambs and mash, so come to Orlando and I'll cook you the best mashed potatoes, says Darren Hughes. You know what, for Thanksgiving this year, you gotta remake that offer. I still haven't done a Thanksgiving properly. This Thanksgiving, I went to a steakhouse and they made turkey for me. You know, that counts as something. That was like, I had a turkey on Thanksgiving for the first year. I need to find someone who enjoys cooking. But no, yeah, I think I'll be in Orlando at some point in the next, year. I definitely intend to go back to South Florida. I don't know when, I don't know why. I found a noodle place I like there. You know? Mashed potatoes with heavy cream and salt, and a little sour cream. Why you make me hungry, says Laxville. Honestly, that should be my second job, right? Is just tell people about delicious foods. Why can't I make that my primary job? You know, do you want to give me money and I'll buy interesting food? Wait, actually, speaking of interesting food, today I'm buying I don't know today, actually. This week, I'm buying a ice cream cake. I mentioned ice cream cake being a really fun idea. I think I'm going to do it. Also, Florida's awesome sometimes, says Lisa Powers. Tell me what you think is the best and worst thing about living in Florida, Lisa. I remember you commented on my Twitter post about being in Florida and there being a weird iguana. No way, we use a lot of butter too. when making mashed potatoes. Russia, love, USA. Butter is yes. Okay, so here's the secret to home cooking. If you've ever cooked at home and you've noticed your food isn't as good as when you go out to a restaurant, what you're not doing is you're not using as much oil as you physically can... Oh, no. You know, we'll use this to change the landscape. Now there'll be a hole, and it'll look like a creeper hole in the Netherrack, maybe, which will be convincing, probably. Or maybe it won't be at all. Maybe that's not how this works. I'm just going to do it anyway, though. No one can stop me. Hashtag Vault Creepers. I'm not enough into Fortnite to understand the reference. But as I agree with the message. I love being able to go to the beach every day of the year I want, but I hate the drivers, lol. See, I've heard this repeatedly about Florida, about, like, terrible drivers. And I thought that people were exaggerating. But again, just on the Uber drive from the airport, there was someone going the wrong way down the freeway. The highway. No, it'd be the interstate. Yeah, I guess that's a highway. You know, freeway and highway are entirely interchangeable words. But it feels weird to use one of them sometimes. And, you know, down the motor vehicle carriageway, down the dual carriageway in Florida, and then as well as that, there was also my Uber driver watching TikToks. You know, it's actually Instagram Reels, if it makes a difference. Traffic on I-4 from Orlando to Tampa has brutal traffic. They aren't interchangeable. Oh yeah, well, a freeway is free, and I guess a highway isn't free. But I think the road was Interstate 95, but you can pay to go down it, but it's also free. So you tell me if that makes it a freeway or a highway. Is it both? Is it a freeway unless you go down the highway? Is it a highway except if you go on the free bit, in which case it's a freeway? Also the beaches are pretty nice. Beaches are one of the things I care about least in the world. I think that's why I like Vegas so much. Like, a lot of people, when they like to go somewhere with a warm climate, they're like, I want to go to the beach because I really like when there's little molecules of gravel that follow me around forever. I love being in the shower 3 weeks later and finding a bit of sand in my hair. It's just so fun. No, what is wrong with you? Do you know what sand is, right? Sand isn't this mystical, magical... Sand is little bits of rock. Little bits of... It's not a desirable thing. It's not a thing that you should be aiming for, aspiring to. What sort of insane logic is that? I think I should put some leaves on these trees. I think that would be a fun idea. If I can't, no Star Wars. Yeah, beaches are terrible. Beaches are absolutely awful. I hate sand so much, the beach is 50-50. I like the idea of being on a really warm place. I like the idea of warmth being all around you as you lay down and being warm in that way. I like the idea of there being a big body of cold water next to that. But here's the problem with the beach. The water is salty, and if you get the tiniest bit in your mouth, you'll taste it for days. Also, it's like filled with... It's such a gross color. It's filled with, like, you know, like shark urine. Have you ever considered this, right? Where do whales pee? Think about how big a whale is, how many whales there are, and think about where they're all peeing. And tell me where the pee goes. Does it go out to the ocean? Oh, they're already in the ocean. Oh god, you're swimming in whale piss, and I just don't understand why. You know what you could do instead? There is this thing called a pool.
Look, it's water in the Nether.
It is water in the Nether. Thank you so much, Wildmaster84, for the tip. It's not actually water in the Nether. I lied. I was overly enthusiastic, so that you'd think your money was well spent. But what it actually was, what it really was, chat, if you'll believe me on this, is the water in the Nether is actually in my Overworld. I actually think this looks pretty cool. Like, I'm going to eventually replace this. But right now, chat, can't we all agree this is, like, nice? This is, like, really nice. I think it's nice. Okay, I'm going to quickly check my video. See if it's ready to go yet. Okay. Yeah. Where I live, seawater is warm. Where you live, seawater isn't seawater. I think you're fine. Fish do the nasty in the ocean. Let your brain crew on that for a minute. Yeah, I was gonna say that, like, if you think about blue whale and the size of it, and the fact that it, like, it must excrete gallons of its magical, mystical liquid. That must be awful. Baltic water, 2 out of 5. So here's the thing the only reason I think, okay, the beach would have been great in medieval times. Oh yes, well I'm worried about getting diphtheria, so I'll go in the healing power. You know, like if you live in 1508 and you want to go swim in the ocean and chill on the beach, that's great. I think, however, nowadays we've worked out, we've got this new technology. It's called like water filtration, and we can remove the salt from the water. I mean, I think people pee in there too. But, like, do you want to swim in people pee or do you want to swim in whale pee? I wonder how many people use the beach in 1508, actually. I mean, you'd have to be, like, royalty, but you still could do it. Ocean trash is the worst thing about the sea. Even ignoring the trash, right? Because there is always trash floating in the sea. Rubbish. There is rubbish floating in the seaside. But as well as that, there's, you know, that's a big problem, don't get me wrong. No one wants to see rubbish floating around there. Well, most people don't want to. Maybe some people do want to. You know, I don't want to judge you and your weird habits. But yeah, the horrible creatures that live in the ocean are the worst. I think even seaweed is gross. I look at seaweed on the beach and I'm like, this is awful. Why are we accepting this? Why do we say this is okay and this is normal? This is not okay and this should not be normal. But we act like it is. Also, I think I should remove a lot of the sand here. Yeah, I think that's a fun idea. I could take all the sand, smelt it up, get some glass. Makes me wonder what percentage of the ocean is actually water. Says Lisa. It's probably not very much. No, it's probably like 99.9999% water. The thing about the ocean is there's just so much of it. Like, the surface of the Earth is 67% water. And that is not like just surface. It's not like surface, like, if you think about the amount of land area on Earth, all of the land area, then double that and think that's the amount of water there is. It's like, no, because unlike land, which is like, the ocean is sometimes a kilometer deep. So it's like, it's impossible. There's impossible amounts of water. It will take us like 1 billion years to truly pollute it. Probably, you know, by then we'll have hopefully found a better source of water. And like we can clean it when we need to use it. Or we could just clean it as a whole. But like you send little nanite robots into the ocean to go do something or other. But it's 71% water. Imagine if the ocean's 71% water. There's water under all of the land. Yeah, you might not know this, but islands actually float on the water, and below them, it's all water. So you could swim underneath the UK if you wanted to. That's fact. Don't look that up. Just trust your Minecraft streamer. He wouldn't lie to you. Think about it. If he lies to you, he doesn't get your money. Unless you haven't tipped him, in which case he can lie to you, and there's no financial downside. Of course. Not that that would happen. Not that that is a thing that could happen. Yeah, I think what percentage of the ocean is water and what percentage is whale pee? The thing about pee, right, is pee is mostly water, which muddies up the statistics a bit. Like, okay, think about it this way. If I take a liter of pee and a liter of water and I mix them, I haven't got 50% pee. I've got like, you know, 5% urea. Or you could argue you've got 100% pee. It's just really diluted. Honestly, you ever pee and it's like entirely clear and you're like, I could drink this. You know, like if I'm ever in a desert, I'll just drink this. This will keep me going. Obviously, not that I would. But you know, have you ever had that? I'm sure you've had that. So yeah, yeah, obviously everyone's saying that. So with that said, no, whale pee is clear and drinkable too. That's beautiful, that whale pee is so drinkable. Yeah, I think what I need to do is I need to do like a big destruction of this area. I want to make these walls super high as my next part of this. Because right now you can see this is kind of lacking. Like this wall especially needs to be made a lot higher. And there also needs to be a lot more Netherrack kind of linking it all together. Like, you know what, this could be Netherrack. I don't know what I do after the Netherrack, but there needs to be a lot of it over here. So I'll make at least the two blocks on the edge here into Netherrack. So we'll start like here. And we'll just see what that kind of creates and work backwards from there. You're in the desert now, so... Okay, you know what, chat? How many dollars to drink... I'm not going to finish this. I'm not going to finish that sentence. Drinking your own pee isn't even bad for you, and you know why that's... Like, I bet it's not good for you, just by the way. But there's so many weird, spiritual people who drink their own pee, and they'd all be dead by now if it was bad, right? That's the funny thing about human behavior. There's lots of things that are really bad for you, and then there's lots of things that are very slightly bad for you. And the things that are slightly bad for you, you can do for a lifetime without probably noticing. It's just if every, you know, if let's say that 1 in a million, there's a 1 in a million chance, 1 in a billion chance that when you eat rats, you die, right? But not everyone else is fine. On an individual level, you can just eat rats as much as you like. But on a collective level, there are more than 1 billion people, and so every day, 8 additional people will die if we all eat rats. Did I look at you? I'm pretty sure I didn't, buddy. Pretty rude of him to assume I did. Oh, gosh. Okay, it's fine. Oh, yeah, she's coming off me. I'm so used to Enderman just teleporting away during the day. Look him in the face, and he'll teleport further and further away. Get away, get away. Honestly, pro tip, you ever getting attacked by an Enderman, just keep looking them in the eyes. They don't like intimacy. They don't bond that way. Yeah, this has been a good stream to test my setup. Chat, thank you for joining me, for doing it. Do you think I should stream? Also, wait, we got Harrison. Hello. Is the if you tip him $1,000, he'll do it. I know he will. You know what? Don't say these words. Don't say it. Drinking someone else's pee is bad for you. You know that can't be true. New topic, thought on the spy balloon. I think. I mean, is it a spy balloon or is it whatever else? Who knows? I mean, it's probably that's got to be raising some high-level diplomatic concerns, right? Is that a good thing? Depends on if you want high-level diplomatic concerns. But no, yeah, I hope you all enjoyed this video, internet, this little live stream. I will be back to streaming now that I've got the setup mostly working. If you have anything that you think I need to do that I'm missing, because again, this is a temporary setup. I have like a full one at home. Let me know in the comments. Yeah, this was just kind of a test stream as always. But I enjoyed you all showing up here anyway. I hope that you have a good rest of your day, because I'll see you in the next one anyway. Yeah, go get that fancy donut. Yeah, I genuinely am. That is genuinely my plan. So thank you for coming along. I hope that you're doing wonderfully, and I will probably see you. Sunday is the best guess right now, but honestly, I don't know for sure. I mean, it might be closer to like Tuesday. But yeah, we'll do a lot of fun. We'll have a lot of fun. It'll be great. Do. And if you want to have more fun, I'll see you in the next one. I've got so many junk items on me. Bang you, Darren, Hughes, and thank you everyone else for watching, because I'll see you in my archaeology video coming out in 3 minutes.